Hello, my name's Katie. Today we're going to do a shorter flow that you can use maybe when you're getting up and going in the morning, or maybe when you're winding down in the evening time. Take what works for you. If I don't offer the modifications that work in your body, feel free to adjust how you see fit and really feel about sensation. Think about how the poses are feeling rather than the shape. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position and bring your palms together over your heart in Anjali Mudra just to center. Maybe you start to drift your eyes closed. And just notice the breath without changing or manipulating it in any way. Just notice how it's flowing in and out. Notice what you're sensing and where you're sensing it. Always through the lens of non-judgment, just love for your whole self. If you'd like to set an intention for this practice, feel free to call in something sweet and in the positive. I have been working with the mantra, I am peacefully protected under the divine energy of love. I am peacefully protected under the divine energy of love. Whatever is calling and settling into your heart, breathe into it a few breaths. And when you're ready, taking a bow in honor of yourself and your neighbor in this practice ahead. Namaste and welcome. Coming back to your comfortable seat. Again, big breath in, shrugging those shoulders. I'll start with some gentle movement, maybe some seated cat and cow here as you exhale. Just rounding back, dropping back. And as you inhale, lift the chin and chest, lift the heart, maybe lift the gaze, and exhale back down. Just waking up or maybe cooling down, just getting some movement. Last breath in. And exhale. Sit comfortably, stacking your shoulders over your hips. And we'll take our forearms together, elbows shoulder height. Take an inhale and open up as you do so, pressing your heart through. And as you exhale, closing your forearms like a book, rounding back. Do that 4 more times. Maybe you spread your fingers and move them. Feeling your shoulder blades draw along your spine. Big open cactus and close. And last one. And close, releasing that down. Unwind yourself, stretch out those legs. Maybe you'd like to take some popcorn knees, just bouncing knees, or swishing feet side to side. You may want to have a blanket underneath your bottom. Maybe you have a pillow. Just do what's comfortable for you. We're going to start on the right side. Right knee is going to bend towards the sky. You can take your left arm and give yourself a hug around your shin or your knee. Take a big breath in, sit nice and tall. And as you exhale, twist to your right, drop that right hand behind you, flex through your left toes and twist as you exhale. Long breath, long spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, come through center. Bring your palms outside of that left hip. Just take a counter twist. Press the palms in. Just bounce the elbows into a bend. Come back up facing your extended leg. Drop your right knee out to the side. You're taking it somewhere inside the left foot. It doesn't have to be super close to your root. And then take your prayer hands, slide it inside that left leg, and then activate this left hand, left arm into the leg. As you take a deep breath in, rainbow, and separate this right hand overhead. Follow your eyes to your right fingertips all the way to the back. Open twist here. And come all the way to match your palms together. You can do that 2 more times. If there's any spot that feels sticky, or maybe there's a spot where you want to linger in that shape and catch up with us later. No worries. Coming on back. One more. We're going to do that once more. We're going to land our left hand down. Reaching big and long, drop that right hand, not our left hand. Press into it. Now, option not to press your weight into this right shin. You can reach long and find a big stretch like this. If you want to go further, lean weight into that right shin. Lift off hips, find a big stretch this way. Grip into your right fingertips, that stable hand on the earth. Press the ground away. Big breath in. Exhale, release that bottom. Great job. Extend that right leg out. Bring the left knee up. And we'll get that other side. Right arm's going to give yourself a hug, whether you're just hugging in or have a full deep wrap into that elbow. Find what works for you. Long spine, inhale, and then exhale. Start twisting to that left. Planting those left fingers behind you. Each breath out just a bit more. Sweep through center. Bring those palms outside your right hip. Just take a few bounces. Maybe you notice one of your bottom cheeks lifts off. We're just twisting and countering. Come back facing right extended leg. Left knee is going to come out, the sole somewhere inside. Slide your prayer hand inside that right leg. Press into the leg. Big breath as you open up. Big stretch here. And come on back. Maybe you're noticing your breath expanding in, and then that last part of the exhale, the deepest part, is our twist. Rainbowing back with our inhale. We'll get one more. This is the one we'll reach back with that left hand. Press it into the earth, grip into those fingers. Maybe you're shifting your weight, pressing into that left shin, reaching long with that right. You can take it for a side stretch or begin to press into the shin, pressing your hips towards the sky, reaching your right thumb back. Exhale, come on down. Great job. Come back to your comfortable seat. Just check in for a moment. Maybe taking some shoulder shrugs here. Option for some neck rolls. Option to clasp hands behind, or if that's not available, you can take a hold of your hands or your forearms, nice and tall spine. Take a breath in here. Let that breath go. One more breath in. And let it go. Reach your hands in front. You can roll over your knees to get to tabletop like so, or you can just adjust your ankles so they're on one side and come to your tabletop here. We'll take some good old cat and cows, palms under shoulders. Maybe you're rotating that jar, turning your fingers towards those top corners there. Knees are under the hips. And just find that flow of breath and finding your inhale as you extend the spine, flipping the tailbone up, lifting the gaze, and then exhale, press through into your hands. Start tucking that tailbone, dropping the chin. Your heart space presses towards the sky. Take that a few more times. All right. Find your neutral tabletop and wag your bottom over to the left. You'll feel a side contraction on the left, and that right side's going to start to lengthen. Pick up your right hand and jump it ahead of that left, maybe a lot or a little bit. Grip into the mat and then start to send your bottom towards your heels. You'll notice you start to feel sensation on the right side. Keep the contraction on the left and breathe. Once you hit where you want to feel that stretch, breathing here. Great job. Take a breath in and exhale back into your tabletop. Maybe you need a cat and a cow to wash it out. And then wag your bottom over to the right, contract on that right side, lengthen on that left. Pick up the left hand. You can place it right ahead or stretch it long as you sink the bottom towards your hips. Oh, sorry, your bottom towards your heels. Your bottom is attached to your hips. Breathing here. Take an inhale and exhale, walk it back. We'll take a child's. Maybe you like child's pose with your thighs straight, chin straight. Maybe you like the knees out. Pick what works for you. Sinking yourself down, reaching long. Take those arms wide. Take them as wide as your shoulders. Maybe you're going almost as wide as the mat. Sinking your heart. Now, if you like, you can always slide a block under your forehead or a pillow or a blanket. And once you settle in, grip into your fingers, press forward so bottom gets a little heavier into that position and breathe here. When you're ready, we're going to walk our hands over to the left. Maybe it's the left edge. Maybe it's further. Maybe it feels good to put that right hand on top of your left hand, keeping everything below, say, the navel right where it is, and breathe into here. Then travel through the center over to the right. Left hand will take a place on top of that right. And walk back to center. We're in a good place here to give ourselves an opportunity to jump into our downward dog. You can always come back to tabletop if downward dog's not speaking to you right now. Grip into your fingers. Take a big breath in. Exhale, pull yourself forward. Press into your shins. Curl your toes. Lift your knees, lift your hips. Keep the knees bent here so we can really press forward and find this stretch in our spine. And then start to pedal it out. Maybe make some motion. Noticing your pinkies, noticing the grip of your fingers, lifting the chin up a little bit. And just breathing here. Knees don't have to get straight. Your heels don't have to touch. Going for a full body stretch here. Find some stillness. Full breath in. and out. Inhale, look to your thumbs. Take a couple tippy toes to the top of the mat, bending the knees along the way and finding a forward fold. Option to collect those opposite elbows. Let your head hang in this frame we've created with our forearms and our biceps, and keep those knees bent a lot or a little bit. Some like to find some swinging, somewhat stillness. Explore what works for you. Maybe shaking out your head. And then exhale, let those arms dangle. Feel firm in your feet. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, press into your feet. We're rolling up nice and slow. Shrug your shoulders up and back. And find your mountain pose. So we're going to take some lateral side bends, and then let's end with a sun salutation or two. Take your hands to your heart center and thread your fingers together. Find your steeple pose, pointer and thumb out. Our knees have a soft bend. Big breath in, reaching up. You're gonna take your hips to the right, stretch up, exhale to the left. Maybe gazing just forward. Maybe you're turning your head towards that top bicep. Keep pointing your point towards the left. One more inhale and exhale. Tone the core. Inhale through center. Hips to the left. Exhale to the right. Shift your gaze. Inhale through center. Let's take Saguaro Cactus. Exhale into our chair pose. Option to skip the chair pose part and just stand nice and big with your Saguaro Cactus. Just depends on how much heat you want to build. Big breath in. Let this breath go. Inhale, root and rise. Big stretch up. Maybe a tiny back extension as you reach up. And exhale. Palms draw to that heart center into your mountain pose. Let's end here, or like our last little bit here, in two sun salutations. I'll go through some options along the way, and then we'll have a little bit of a cool down. From your mountain pose, Tadasana, take a big inhale, sweep up. Your exhale, fold. You take another breath, slide your hands up to your shins or your thighs for a flat back. Bend your knees, plant your palms. Take your time stepping back to your plank. I'm going to show knees down first. Feel free to keep knees lifted. Use your inhale to shift your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, straight back, lower down. Find that spine extension. Draw your elbows towards your hips. Open the heart. Inhale. Exhale from hands and knees. You can also roll over those toes to come into down dog. Let's keep the intention in your practice. Keep the purpose. Feel the sensation. Inhale, gazing forward, and travel to the top of your mat for your forward fold as you exhale. Find that halfway lift. Slide your hands up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way. Palms meet into your Tadasana. And let's do that one more time. I'll show other ways to do it. Big breath in, reaching up. Maybe you start that spine extension, reaching back. Exhale, folding. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant those palms. Step or hop back to your plank. Shift your shoulders as you inhale over those wrists. Exhale, lower. Inhale to your cobra. Feel that heart open. And exhale, down dog. Gazing forward and traveling in your own way to the top of the mat. Exhale. Halfway lift. Fold, exhale. Inhale, rise all the way. And palms meet into your Tadasana. Maybe you hold here just for a moment. Take a heartbeat check, palm on the heart and belly. Let's get a little bit into our hips. You can take those toes off the mat. Keep the heels pointed in a little bit. Take your time. Maybe you're bouncing a little bit here to get into that Malasana squat. Maybe like a block or two underneath your bottom. If it's available, putting those elbows inside the knees, almost like you're scooting your root through long spine. Let go of that breath. One more breath in. And release it. Reach back if that's available to sit on down, or come to hands and knees and then sit bottom down. Give yourself a hug around those knees and rolling on down. And adjust how you want to adjust lying down. And stretch on out. I'll take a little brief banana asana here. So once you find a nice comfortable point on your mat, take a big breath in, reaching your hands up and over. Your left hand's going to hold on to your right wrist. Keep your shoulders and your hips glued on the mat and just tug that right wrist over to the left. Now you can walk your heels over to the left. Again, keeping your hips and your shoulders glued, and then maybe crossing that right ankle on top. We're just stretching here, lengthening that right side, just breathing. Last breath in. Let it go. Release the wrists and uncross the ankles. We're walking everything to center. Take a big stretch. If you need a shoulder break, just bring those hands down for a moment. And then whenever you're ready, stretching those arms up overhead again. This time the right hand will take a hold of the left wrist, working it over to the right as you walk your heels over to the right. Bottom and shoulders stay glued. Maybe you're crossing that left ankle on top of the right. Take a big breath in. Sink into the pose, exhale. Last breath in. And exhale, let it all go. Let those shoulders go. You might maybe feel a little achy. You can just wash it out with any movement that works for you. Any other movement would feel nice right here, right now, in this moment. Take that. And when you're ready, finding that Shavasana, maybe you give your abdomen some loving touch here. You can have your palms down by your hips or whatever feels good in your body. Take that few moments to find your Shavasana and allow this practice to integrate within. You know, the busy mind never stops, but if you're noticing just that non-stop of thoughts, start shifting awareness into your senses. Notice what you're hearing, near and far. Notice what areas your body is touching on the mat, and notice what's lifted. Maybe there's a smell you can pinpoint, or even if your eyes are closed, there might be light drifting in. Stick with that journey through the senses as you rest. Whenever you're ready, maybe you stay there longer, maybe you start that journey of movement, of deepening the breath. Maybe finding that big stretch and gentle roll to a side that works best for you. And keeping the legs heavy as you press up, just coming back to that comfortable seat. Allowing your practice to come full circle, bringing palms together over your heart. Remembering all of the beautiful parts of you, knowing that you are worthy of love and safety. And thank you so much for your energy and practicing today. May you continue on your journey in peace, love, and truth. Thank you, and namaste.